Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. My name is Tim Herrera. I'm the Communications Director for the Sacramento County Office of Education, and I'm here to assist and help my good friend Tim Taylor from Butte County and all of our friends up here. All of these people that you're going to hear from this afternoon will also be available for one-on-one interviews afterwards and for questions as well. This is a community in crisis, but as you have seen, members of this community are too busy right now to be immersed in their own sorrow. They don't have time for that. They are suffering and they are serving their community at the same time, and we really should commend them for that. We've seen some really hardworking people who are in working in public service, who are serving children and neighbors, yet they don't have homes. And so that's just so inspiring. And to talk about that, and to talk about what we're doing with the students and their placements, I would like to introduce my friend and your county superintendent here in Butte County, Tim Taylor.
Well, good afternoon. When people are going to come up and speak, can you please join me over here, and so we're able to come. Thanks for speaking today. I really appreciate it. So good afternoon, and thanks for being here. As people look at the level of destruction around our county that has swept through it, people are asking me, how can we rebuild? Can we come back from this? What will it take to deal with this level of catastrophe and the magnitude of it? So as the county superintendent, I've seen so many incredible heroic acts over the last 7 days. And I also know it's the character of our community. We're Butte strong. That's who we are. So we face a lot of questions ahead of us. And like, how do we adopt a new normal when the entire town is wiped out? How do we do that in the short term? How do we do that in the long term? And I will tell you how. We're going to be single focused on those children and those families. We're going to be single focused on the children and families. We're going to make sure our children and families are cared for. We're going to do this in a very collaborative and coordinated effort so we can resume our educational experience for our kids and for all of our families. One of the most important things in a child's life is that relationship with the teacher and that school. And it's up to us to make sure we do our absolute best to get those children to be with that teacher they had before the fire started and get them in school. We know that's a tough road to travel because some people have already left, but our number one goal is that. And we're going to need a lot of help out there. So we're working in a coordinated effort. Our 14 districts and 19 charters, Butte College and Chico State, we are one. We are one. And we're going to do this together. We're throwing away our adult egos and we're going to help those kids. Today we're going to announce how we're going to enroll kids. We're going to make some communications about aggressive ways we're going to challenge the country. And we're going to do that because we have to. We're here to face this challenge together with everyone who wants. And a lot of people are telling me, what can I do? I've had so many people give me thoughts and prayers. You know what I need first? What we all need? This is what we all need. We need 100 portables here in this county right away to get these kids in a safe class. We'll do our best in the interim, but we need to get 100 portables into this community so we have a place for these kids to go to school. We need to throw away the government bureaucracy and the paperwork. We need the philanthropists to help us get there, and we need to do that. If we can build the Bay Bridge after the earthquake in a short amount of time, and the Santa Monica Bridge, we sure as heck can put kids in a classroom so they can be with their teacher. We've got kids. If you got money, donate it. We've got enough clothes and food. We need money to put those portables in there. I think a lot of people have a really good heart, and we so appreciate it. This is way out of our league. We live in a great town where spaghetti feeds and fun runs and our PTAs give us money. I've never seen a check for $100,000 for a school, and I appreciate everybody's giving that. But for us, it's a time pressure. And these superintendents behind me, these leaders have so much pressure to get to 32,000 kids. Every kid in this county has been affected. We talk about the 5,000 homeless, but it's 32,000. Every child and every employee in this county that works with children has been affected, and we need help immediately. So I'm going to announce that we're going to move the start date back to December 3rd. Monday, December 3rd is our best guess right now. We've talked to all the experts, the air quality, and all these scientists and law enforcement. That's our date to get the kids back in school. The week prior, our great leadership team has worked on getting our staff mentally and physically, the locations of our buildings and everything got to be cleaned up. We just found out this morning that it takes 8 days for us to get these portables and these schools cleaned up for kids. So we're hoping we get into those things hopefully by next Thursday. The week of the 26th to the 30th, we are going to have our staff and administrators come back to prepare for the big change. And it's going to be every school in Butte County is going to have a big change. I know we talk about Paradise, and we're going to talk more about that, but there's not a kid who's not going to have some type of new environment coming back, pre-fire and post-fire. So I know everybody is deeply touched, and we're all sensitive to that, and we have to really address where we're going to go. Well, right now we have to figure out how many kids we have and how we're going to get them to school. That's our laser focus. And I'd like to have Michelle John come up because no one's had it tougher than Michelle. She's our superintendent of Paradise Unified. Together we're going to hold up our Erin Rogers shirts here. I think Erin Rogers actually lost to Paradise High School, so I just want to point that out. But we're Butte strong, and we're Paradise strong, and Concal strong, and everyone else. But we're Butte strong, and I want to introduce her because both of us had a meeting this morning, and what we said is our first priority is to get those kids in the same school with the same friends and the same communities, and we're both committed to that. All of our 32 leaders are. And we need to find a place for them to be in school. So let's please welcome Michelle, who's going to say a few words about her.
Good morning. Thanks, Tim. I really appreciate all your support. We have been meeting pretty much 24/7 around the clock. Right now I have a team of administrators and people out working with local realtors and trying to find places to put 3,500 students. We don't know how many yet are remaining. We're starting to get numbers. We're making phone calls. Our teachers are calling every single family and touching base with them to check on them and see how we can help them with their educational needs. I've also been a 30-year resident of Paradise. So, and part of the town council and working closely with them. We lost our town, we lost our buildings, we lost our homes, but we did not lose our district. We did not lose our people. Unfortunately, some. And we've had shed a lot of tears over that. But we're Paradise Unified, and that's our laser focus, and we will come back, and we will come back strong. And that's the message we want to get out to teachers and to parents. Our teachers, we just had a meeting in here prior to this, packed full of our teachers saying, what can we do? We want to be here for our kids. They're meeting at Cal Skate. They're not meeting in parks yet. The air quality is too bad. But Chico Unified has been fantastic. They're meeting in Chico Unified rooms, and they're touching base, and they're holding their kids, and they're hugging their kids, and they're there for their kids. And that is what our teachers want. They said, all we want is our kids. We can teach our kids with anything. We want our kids. So that's what we're doing. We may be wounded, but we're not lost. Our focus is on our students, getting them back in there. Our teachers, we have teachers, I'm not even sure, I would say probably 90% of our staff lost their home. And yet, the first thing they say is, how can I get back and help kids? What do we need to do to be with these kids? So that's what we're doing. We are going to be there. Paradise Unified is going to come back stronger than ever, and we're going to be there for our students. So thank you very much, and yes, we would love to have portables. We are working with FEMA and everyone else, but any kind of strings anybody can pull so we can get portables in here, the sooner the better. So thank you all very much.
Our charter school community was hit extremely hard as well. There's about 1,000 kids are up in Paradise, and I'd like to introduce to you Casey Taylor, the executive director of Achieve Charter, to tell us that part of the story.
Hello everyone, I'm Casey Taylor, Executive Director of Achieve Charter Schools in Paradise. I just want to give you an update on the charter school community up there. And I'm representing Children's Community Charter School, Paradise Charter Middle School, Home Tech Charter, Achieve Charters K-8, Achieve Charter High School, and Core Buttes Paradise Center. So these 6 charter schools serve 1,000 students in Paradise, and collectively we have over 100 staff members. As of today, we know that every single one of our staff members are safe and accounted for, which is amazing and gives us great hope. Our staff is reaching out to students and trying to keep things normal for our kids online as much as they can. But what happened to our charter community is staggering. Every single one of the school leaders from those schools has lost their homes. And many of us were born and raised in Paradise, which means we only didn't lose our home, but we lost our hometown as well. Another difficult reality is that we're still working to confirm the whereabouts of each and every one of our charter students. Those that we have located, we're finding that many of them are excited about us rebuilding and want to remain local. We are asking all Paradise Charter School families to please reach out to your child's teacher and let us know that you're okay. We need to hear from you, and we need your contact information so that we can keep you up to date on our plans. At this time, the Paradise Charter Leaders Facilities team is actively searching for facility space in our local community. We hope to have updates to you soon. Just know that we are working on this as we navigate our own losses as well. Our students remain our priority, and we hope to have answers to difficult questions soon. I have 2 bracelets on my wrist right now. One was from a friend last week that says, "Keep on going," and the other one is from the town mayor from last night that says, "Love Paradise," and together we're going to keep Paradise going forward. Stay strong.
We talk about Paradise, and it is terrific, but also our good friends here in Concal, which is a small community a little north here, or east, of Chico's been affected, and I'm so proud to introduce you the superintendent of Concal and his little community, Josh Pete.
Hello everybody, my name is Josh Pete. I'm the superintendent of the Golden Feather Union School District, and we operate one school. Concal School has about 60 students in the heart of Concal, and the fire started in Concal. It started in our district, and we were some of the first to see some of this occur, and we had very little time to get the kids out. We were lucky that we only had a handful of kids on campus because it was a little bit earlier in the morning when the fire hit. But we were able to get all of the students reunited that morning, and we are very thankful, very relieved. All of our staff have been accounted for. All of our staff is safe currently, located in the area, and what we're hoping to do is figure out a way to support half of our staff that have lost homes, and we're working on that currently. But we are inspecting the buildings at Concal right now. I have a team out that should report back soon about the facility. But what we do know is that the buildings still stand. We have our school site, we have a pool, we have a very historic Mesilla Valley schoolhouse on the site, another a community day school building. Everything stands, but we are, and we're happy that that occurred with fire all around the school. So the school was surrounded by fire The students are, we've been working on locating all of our students, and at this time, we did a really good job. I feel like we had a team yesterday that knocked out being able to account for some of the last majority of our students, but the issue we're finding now is we have about 10 students we're still trying to locate. If those students are out there, if somebody knows the whereabouts of Concal students that haven't checked in, I'm encouraging them to either email me or go to the Facebook page, check in with us. I know we don't have phones, but if you could find a digital way to check in with us, we're trying to account for you. But our next steps moving forward, we are planning to continue to provide an education for our students, and we're looking currently at ways to keeping everybody in Concal, all the students in Concal together, and that's what we're exploring at this time with our Butte County partners. And with that, I want to say thank you.
Hey, I just want to say for all the people out there in a small town, look, Concal, the school is the town. They have a little hardware store, they have a little pool that the school work district runs, and that's it. The school is the town. There's no police department, there's no services. Josh is the mayor, the doctor, and he's done such a good job to keep those children safe. They're going to have to leave their current school to go down the hill to another school so they fix that thing up. That's a big blow for a little town, and I trust his leadership. But I just want everybody to know that's, for somebody who's from the Bay Area, that's a different thing, and I just really appreciate all his hard work, and thank you, Josh, for being here today. Well, we reside in Chico Unified, which I consider one of the finest districts in the country. I just think it's so well run, and we all look up to it and help support us. And it's led by Kelly Staley, I think he's been here 12 years, and she's just an outstanding leader. And we're truly going to need her help and their resources to help our littles out there. So Kelly's going to update you on Chico Unified. Thank you.
I'm Kelly Staley, Superintendent for Chico Unified, and we are just one part of our larger Butte County education community. We all have a shared burden here, and that burden is to ensure that every single student gets back in class and gets a quality education. And I can tell you, Chico Unified is here to make sure that happens. And I know we join all of you in that effort. I'd like to say that because we were not up on the ridge, that we didn't have any losses, but that unfortunately is not true. We were safe from the fires within the community of Chico, but we have staff and we have families that live up on the ridge, and they did suffer. We had 119 staff members displaced, most of whom lost their homes. We have 280 students who have been displaced. We have confirmed the safety of all of our staff, but just like others, we are still trying to confirm the safety of all of our students. So if you know of students that go to Chico Unified, if your child goes to Chico Unified and you are on the ridge, even if we've already contacted you, please reach out again. We just want to make sure everyone is safe. That said, we are going to continue to support our neighbors. We have been providing training in trauma and counseling. We've opened classrooms so that students can get support. We have, just right here at Chico High today, hosted all of the Paradise staff so that they can get together, meet, plan, strategize, and really comfort and support each other. We want to do that for our charter communities as well. We've made those outreaches. So if you need a place to meet, if you need a place to get together, teachers with your children, it's so important that you make those contacts. They need you. We will help facilitate that. We are super fortunate. Our buildings did not suffer. So what we have, we're willing to share. However we can support, we will do that. Again, my heart goes out to all of those that have lost so much on the ridge. But now's the time to pull together, and this community of all of them is great at that. So we will do it. Thank you.
So fortunate we have such a great community, and you work for me, you sometimes get Taylorized. I mean, you don't know what's going to come, and I know I got these fancy PIOs up here with me that are helping me guide this, because we've never done a press conference. So we just don't do that up here. But they got me organized, they got me in a nice jacket, but I want to reach out to you. I kind of want to reach out to a little different level now. So we have 32,000 kids we got to get back in school. We need 100 portables. We need help, and this is way over my ability. We're doing our best. We're bringing all the experts. So I trust a few people. I trust my mom. I trust my wife and my kids that I know, and I trust my family, but I trust some people that I look up to, so I'm going to reach out to them and take a stab at this. Take a stab at this, Chris. What do you think? I'm going to reach out to Bruce Springsteen and ask Bruce to come up here and come sing to the people, my teachers, our bus drivers, our secretaries lost their house. Bruce, we got 2 great venues. We got Sierra Nevada Brewery, got a great theater there. I got a great Laxon Auditorium. Bruce, these are your people, and I know this is what you're about. And I also looked at your calendar, and I know you got a week off between your shows in New York and probably come back, pick up your mom in the Bay Area and get up here. And I'm not joking. I think we really could use that. We're small town America. For the kids, Beyonce, I'm reaching out to you. I'm going all in because Queen Bee, my daughter saw you at Coachella. These kids need a concert. All of our kids need a concert. I won't do the field trip permissions, Kelly, it's your job. Grab Garth Brooks and come on, help us. I know I can feel Garth Brooks and those guys, and I'm not talking 2 months from now. We need something as soon as possible before they get back to school. I promised my visual performing arts, our theater, we want Hamilton up here. I want the kids to go see Hamilton at Laxon. Come on, we're not New York City. I don't have Google, we don't have Cisco. We're a little town that could use Hamilton. I promised the visual performing arts teacher at one of the high schools we'd try that. The kids would love to see something like that. And then I'm so proud of the 49ers and NFL and ESPN. In 24 hours, the 49ers changed their Monday night football schedule. And my buddy Jesse, shout out to you, Jesse, from the 49ers got the Yorks and them in 24 hours changed that schedule so they could get on that field and give us a moment those kids won't regret. And I tell them I did that for the kids because small towns are about football on Friday night. And Jesse put that together. I'm now reaching out to the NBA. I don't know if you saw the article in the paper, but the Paradise Girls were featured in the SAC B. They had 15 players and 2 coaches, and only one of them has a house. And they're trying to practice. And a beautiful Chico and all these other areas are helping these kids. That's some serious stuff. That's serious stuff. So I'm reaching out to the NBA to help support them, and not just one and done. Put some green jerseys on and help support these kids. Get some players up here. I can't imagine trying to practice when your whole team's lost that. I know the boys team practiced in Orland yesterday, and I tried to get them to come meet our teams at Chico and Butte. They were too exhausted. They couldn't really get through the full practice. Also for the NBA, one more challenge for you. We lost all of our 4 esports high school teams. We started a league with the Samueli Foundation in Orange County. And my kids up there were so excited. They lost their lab, they lost their computers. I want the Kings to bring their esports team up here and help give these kids some help. Esports is going to be big, so I'm telling Steph Curry to start working on his, remote control, whatever thing to play. His basketball will be a thing of past, but help us out. But the most important person I want to reach out to, although I love Bruce Springsteen and Beyonce, I want to reach out to Lauren Powell Jobs. I read about her all the time. She's doing great things for this world. We need your help. 1 second. She's all about changing ecosystems of communities, and our ecosystem's dead. So Lauren, I trust you, I've seen you, I followed your philanthropy. I don't know how to answer a call, and neither does Michelle John. When someone gave her 125 grand so our kids can get SATs, we need Michelle John to thank you, but that takes time. She needs to get the kids to school. I need somebody to come up here and help strategize on how to rebuild this. And as my good friend Tom said, when I hear Paradise is going to take 2 to 10 years, that's on us. We need people like Lauren Powell Jobs to come up here and get this town built quickly. And more importantly, get up here and help me immediately. And if Lauren, if you can't do it, bring me somebody who can, because we have to stay focused on getting these 32,000 kids to school. I don't have time to do press conferences. You guys don't have time to do press conferences. We're not going to do press conferences until we get done with getting those kids in school. And on that note, I'm supposed to say something like, we'll invite Tim up, or supposed to take questions. So we're pretty much done. Oh, we forgot Michelle. Oh, I forgot something. Michelle Zebley's going to come on up. Thank you. Like that. Michelle's going to now talk to the parents about how we're going to enroll them in school, and then we'll field questions. So this is Michelle Zebley, our assistant superintendent of the county, and her and her team are responsible for getting all these children into class.
So we would say the only thing that is next to the excitement of 49ers, NBA, Beyonce, and Bruce is getting our kids back into school and with their teachers. And the County Office of Education plays a role in supporting our LEAs, which is our districts, and our charter schools in that process. This morning, I'm happy to report that we had a wonderful meeting with every single school district and charter school who came together to discuss and decide how we're going to work together collaboratively to enroll our students. One of our responsibilities is to support our LEAs in meeting the provisions of the federal McKinney-Vento Homeless Education Act, including immediate enrollment. Our school ties office will be working shoulder to shoulder with our districts and charters in that effort. We want to support students who are displaced, and the Butte County Office of Education will be posting information on the specific process on our website. We will also be present starting tomorrow morning at the local assistance center that's going to be down there at Sears. And we're supporting districts and charters who will also be posting information on their website. One common tool we will be using is the resource 211. We will share on our websites and at the local action center how specifically to use 211. And parents can also go to the school districts that are in their neighborhood or their surrounding area. Please know that we have a coordinated effort and that every school district and charter is working together with our School Ties office to support students. Thank you.
Again, we want to thank you all for being here, and I want to commend our school district leaders in this community for all of their work and effort, all they've been through, all they're going through, and their interest in continuing to lead the way. They'll all be available for questions afterwards, but we have a couple of other people who are also here for questions. I want to bring your attention to Lisa Almaguer, who is the Butte County Public Health official, and Jim Wagner, who is the Air Pollution Control Officer for Butte County. If you have any questions about air quality, impact on children, they are your go-to people. And as Tim mentioned earlier, this community is not just preschool through high school. We also have a very vibrant higher education system here and some great partners in Butte County. And I want to bring your attention to Garrett Caldwell from Chico State, as well as Lisa Dellaby from Butte College. They are also here to field your questions if you have those. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, your patience, your understanding, and especially thank you for pitching in for these people.